welcome back to the SpaZcast. Hey everyone.
Hello.
Hey guys, I'm here. It's me, Z. I'm here with Garrett and Kay today.
It's just us.
It's just us. The
a
other
wonderful
guys,
trio.
the other guys were jerks and didn't decide to show up, but we love them anyway.
Shout out to jerks.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the jerks.
And we have a special guest today, a fantastic cosplayer. Her name is Aliya Waldman. Welcome to the SpaZcast, Aliya.
Hello.
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 And so I guess there's somewhat of a small story here. I mean,
Tell the story.
Well, me, Garrett, had met you.
Hello,
at,
Garrett.
I am Garrett.
I guess, yeah, it was New York Comic-Con last year, 2014.
Yeah, I was Gwen
And
Stacy.
Yes, I saw you walking by, and I was like, that is Gwen Stacy. And I'm going to go give her a SpaZcast business card. Hopefully she doesn't think I'm a weirdo or anything like that. But yeah, I must say, your Gwen Stacy cosplay is quite amazing. I mean, I know you cosplay, your main thing is MJ and Gwen with anything Spider-Man. So when I saw your Gwen, it was quite fantastic with the wig. And you had the jacket on, didn't you?
Yeah, that jacket took me a good long while to find, too.
Oh, really? Like that
Yeah.
color and like the actual look of it and stuff?
That jacket is an actual, like, from the 1970s vintage jacket. It was actually made around the same time of the comic printing.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you find the jacket?
Etsy. I went to like a million thrift stores and ended up on Etsy. And someone
old
had
Etsy.
it exactly in my size. All I had to do was replace the buttons.
Well, that's awesome.
You can't go wrong with Etsy.
Yeah, I mean,
What a
Yeah,
fantastic
they're great.
website.
it is very.
Jesus. You think of
very
it
awesome.
and it's got it. Amazon's
Yeah, but
got
there's-
the fucking run for their money.
I found like quite a bit of expensive handmade like stuff for cosplaying though. Like when I was thinking of ever actually doing a Dishonored like female Corvo, like
Yeah.
the mask was hundreds of dollars. And I was like,
Yeah, there's,
okay, never
there's some
mind.
expensive stuff on there.
Okay, we'll just make it out of cardboard.
So, Leah, what got you into cosplaying? I mean, did you grow up? I mean, I know cosplaying is it's gotten huge recently. I guess in the past 5.
It was
you know.
Halloween before.
Yeah,
Now it's at conventions and stuff.
But what got you into cosplay? What got you into like nerd stuff and like growing up and everything?
Well, I started being involved with Spider-Man and started my love of that when I was only 6 years old. That didn't exactly start the cosplay, but when I got into high school, I saw someone who had done a cosplay for a video game or something. In my town, we have something called Anime St. Louis,
Okay.
Cool.
which I should note I'm from the Midwest. I know you guys are on the East Coast and all.
Yes.
Correct.
But I had a friend who was really good at cosplaying through that, and I would see her post pictures all the time, and I was like, oh, I would love to do that for Spider-Man. But I didn't end up doing Spider-Man first because I was like, I don't know how to sew anything. I can't do anything. So I ended up doing Tank Girl first.
Yeah, I've seen
Wrong
that
with
one.
that. Yeah, that was a good one. I remember seeing that one too.
And my first cosplay for her was ridiculously simplistic, and it was just like some paint on a shirt with some jean shorts, and it's evolved since then. But
You got to start somewhere. So.
Exactly.
yeah.
But I would imagine the sewing part of costumes has to be a pretty big pain. I mean, I know Z, you've made Deadpool, and did you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't necessarily. The only thing I really made was the sheath to hold the swords. Everything else, I had a lot of help,
Yeah, he had a
which is
seamstress.
good. You know, my hands are very shaky, so I can't make anything. But no, I mean, I think that's the cool thing about really cosplaying is like you kind of take. I mean, like even though I didn't necessarily make the stuff myself, you know, not like the costume. It's like I still had a lot of pride in it, you know, and I imagine it's probably the same for you, Aliya.
Yeah, I still can't use a sewing machine though. Everything I make is hand sewn.
That's
Wow.
impressive.
That's
If you-
crazy.
I just can't learn it. I have no idea. I'm not going to touch it. Technology hates me, so.
Good old fashioned, just use your hands.
There's good damn sewing machines.
Ugh.
So, with your Spidey ones, I know you, like, with when it comes to wigs, where what do you do with the wigs?
I have so many people ask me about where I get my wigs, and I feel so bad because I can't tell people an accurate answer because I get all of my wigs from like this little Asian wig store that's like local to my area.
Okay.
I've only gotten a wig online once, and I'm actually currently waiting for it in the mail. I'm working on a Black Cat cosplay.
Awesome.
And there's nowhere to find a white wig around here, so I ended up ordering one from eBay. But normally I just buy a wig that's similar to the color I need and then cut it how I need it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a good
your
way to
wigs
go.
are pretty awesome, so that's why I was.
Pretty spot on.
Yeah.
They're mostly real hair too. I try not to buy like synthetic stuff. So my wigs are probably the most expensive of all the pieces in my cosplays.
Nice. It's real hair. That's
Real hair.
Isn't that,
So
like,
you-
doesn't it interest you a little bit?
Whose hair is that?
So you
I
said
would rather
you
not
cut
know.
them. Like, do you have like? So you know how to cut hair then? I'm assuming.
I mean, the wig style I normally get is already close to the style that I needed. It's mostly when they make wigs, they make everything a little bit too long so that you're free to cut it how you need, like straight across bangs and stuff for your face shape. So it's not too hard. It's just trimming up the ends mostly.
I feel like I would really fuck that up.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
First
honest.
thing.
Yeah, like,
It's
I took
easy
too
as-
much.
yeah.
Too much. Fuck.
As easy as as cutting a straight bang, I feel like I would just be like rigid, just fucking like.
Looks like the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, it's
on
like
the
going
forehead.
slanted.
I mean, the only wig, I have a short male wig when I do Marty McFly. I do two versions of Marty. I've got a female and the actual male version, and I
That's
could
awesome.
not cut that male wig for anything, so I had a friend of mine who's a hairstylist do it.
Turned into a.
That's
bowl
awesome.
cut.
I didn't like. I would. That's really interesting though. Like a female version of Marty McFly. If only
It's Marcy McFly.
Marcy McFly.
that's
That's
cute.
awesome. Like if only Bobby were here because he's real. I feel like he's really big into Back to the Future stuff. But going back to Spider-Man, you said that the earliest that you remember like getting into Spider-Man was, you say it was 6 years old?
Yeah, I
Like, do you remember,
started
like, how
with
did-
the
how did that
90s
begin?
animated series.
Ah, nice.
Oh,
The-
okay.
That
And it was just
the animated series,
and
that
it just
one.
pretty much went off from there.
As soon as I could actually read comics and stuff, I was into that.
Well, that's awesome. I remember because when I was little, I never did. You so you actually read the comics, like you?
Yeah, I actually have a rather large collection of them. I've been collecting since I was about, I would say 11 or 12.
Wow.
Holy crap!
'Cause I remember, I mean, when I had, I mean, I have a pretty decent collection too, but I mean, I only got them because of the covers and the pictures. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
This
not that
looks
I couldn't
pretty.
read. I could read, but I just never really did because I was always into the artwork and stuff.
Yeah.
But so what I have to know what makes you like Spider-Man so much? Like, why is he your favorite superhero?
This is going to be like super cheesy, so just a forewarning.
Go for
Go
it.
for it.
I was bullied a lot when I was a little kid, and I just didn't really fit in with any of my other classmates or anything. And reading, and my family wasn't really financially well off, I should say. So reading about someone who was, a young kid and he got bullied a lot, and he had a lot of family issues, and his financial state wasn't exactly perfect.
Right.
Selling photos to the Daily Bugle for money and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It hit home for me, and I felt safe when I read Spider-Man or when I watched Spider-Man. The character just felt very close.
Wow. Well,
It's a very relatable character.
I
too,
wish
you know,
I
like,
could say
it's-
that's why I like Spider-Man.
Like that
I
might
also
be like
just
the
really
most
like
honest
puns,
answer we've ever
so-
heard.
What's that, Aliya?
I really like the puns too. It was just
Yeah.
a funny thing for me to read.
But I mean that is pretty awesome that that's how you related to him, because that is one of the reasons why, I mean, I know I love Spider-Man. I think why a lot of people like Spider-Man is that he is relatable in a lot of senses. He is a superhero, but he has problems.
He's real.
Yeah,
He's,
I mean,
he's
he has
the most real of
yeah,
a lot of characters.
like you said,
out
he has
there.
financial problems, he has family problems. I mean, he has girl problems. He has all kinds of problems that are pretty much real life that you can relate to. So it's pretty awesome that you can have that connection with.
And I think if I'm remembering this correctly, he's actually the first hero that ever debuted as a student, as a high school student.
That would make sense.
Yeah,
I
I think I did know that, but I don't know if he's the first one that debuted as a student in anything.
Yeah, he's the first, I believe, don't quote
Yeah.
me on this, but he's the first hero that's ever been not an adult. Like,
Yeah, he's like
Okay.
a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I knew that, but I wasn't sure. But that's also like again,
I didn't know that either.
also relatable.
I'm learning new things. This is cool.
also one of the first heroes to be set in a real place, not like a fake made-up town he was
Yes.
actually in.
This is true.
Yeah. So yeah,
Oh,
well,
my.
speaking of, I guess, relatable to Peter Parker and photography, I know you are a big lover of photographs, and I guess you have your own kind of, is it a freelance company?
I run my own business. I shoot mostly fashion photography and conceptual work. I've shot fashion brands and products, and it's my bread and butter. I probably have more passion in that than cosplay, but cosplay is real close to it, but I don't make money from cosplay, so.
Yeah, that's just the fun side of
Yeah,
it.
it really is.
The what would you say, the side of it that reaps no rewards, but just kind of,
Well, it rewards in its own way.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's more of a personal thing as to where photography is both personal and business.
Yeah.
Business with
Now,
mixed
where
with
do
pleasure.
you you said it's mostly like fashion photography.
Yeah.
So what do you have do you have a website, or do you have anything?
I do. It's basically just my name, AliyaRosePhotography.com.
Okay. And
Let me
that's
know.
and people can do booking through that if they would like
There's
to
a
use your
contact page.
photography services.
Yes. I shoot just about
In the Midwest.
everything, but mainly fashion. I've been published in all kinds of stuff.
Very nice.
How long have you been doing photography?
About 8 years now.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and I like to think that like subconsciously I became a photographer because of Spider-Man and all that. But
You know,
I'm
I was
pretty
going
sure
to
there's-
ask you that too. If
other
like that, if
reasons.
that was like a link to it, something told me I was gonna put two and two together. No, that's
Like-
that's fantastic.
My most prized, I collect action figures of Spider-Man and things like that, and my most prized figure is a Peter Parker from the 90s animated series that has a removable camera.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't have one that has a removable camera, but I have one from the 90s series also. It's I think came out in probably 97, but it's just him in the box, and it's got the old, cartoon logo with
Yeah.
Spider-Man logo, rigid logo on it. Because as you know, I'm also a Spider-Man fan, but I have cases full of toys and
Just-
figures,
yeah.
but I do have I have that one, and I have a couple other old ones. A really cool Spider-Man thing I have is an old McDonald's toy, Spider-Man from the 90s cartoon that I found at an antique shop in Ellicott City, Maryland. So
nice.
yeah,
Ooh.
That's a good find.
it was it was actually pinned to a wall in the back of the store. It had the McDonald's their
Yeah.
old bags just with Ronald sitting on it, and I was like, score $10.
I'll take that, please.
Yeah.
Is it one of the short, fat ones where they made him all disproportioned and his head is really big?
No, it's not, he's pretty proportionate. It's not one of those though.
Does he look
Oh,
like a
okay,
caricature?
because McDonald's had those for a while, and I was like, I don't know
Turn
about
off.
this.
Yeah, but
Okay, so since it's like a new year and cons are starting to, ramp up, what do you plan on going to this year?
I only have 2 lined up this year, for sure. And that'll be Kawakan, which is a local St. Louis convention that's wonderful. Probably one of the best locals that we have around here. And then I'll be traveling to C2E2, which is the Chicago.
that is awesome.
Oh, sweet. That's
And I will be all 3 Spider Babes that weekend, starting with Gwen, MJ, and then Black Cat.
So you'll have the Black Cat ready for then.
Here's to hoping.
Okay, yeah.
we'll see what happens.
No promises, but
no promises.
well, that's awesome. I know we're looking to go to. I mean, C2E2 would be
Yeah, it
is
really, it
on
really
the
would.
list, but
Yeah.
I think we're trying to go to
the
Chicago Wizard World this
the
year
Wizard World Con.
and Philadelphia Wizard World. So that's part of our thing, is to get to more cons.
And,
so.
and New York is an
And of
obvious
course,
one.
yeah.
We
Are you
never-
going to be at New York again?
I am 85% sure that I will be at New York again.
There you go.
Okay. Well, hopefully
It
that
just
15%.
depends on timing.
Yeah, because I don't know when the other conventions are. Like, I mean, there's I didn't realize that there were as many Wizard cons.
Oh yeah,
as there,
there's
you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it seems like it's like once a week. It's like 26
well,
cities.
I
that they
think
go. It's like
again,
crazy.
so many. I guess all these cons have just become so popular that when Wizard World, I guess, first came out, they just figured let's do it in so many more cities that
It just
so many
spread
people
it
will
out.
go. Yeah. So
That's
Wizard
pretty.
World is so weird for me because I went and it felt more like a vendor con than anything. There wasn't a lot of like, I guess in St. Louis there wasn't a lot of panels or much to actually do. There's just a lot of stuff to buy, so it was kind of mixed feelings on Wizard World for me.
Yeah, I did notice that as I was looking at the Wizard World website that like when you see like some of like the bigger stars like you know like Norman Reedus and you know people like that like they're only like featured in certain like they don't like travel around, which kind of sucks, you know.
Yeah.
Like she mentioned St. Louis, like I did, you know, I think like Chicago and like Vegas and Philly, I feel like those are like, and maybe New Orleans too, are like the biggest of the
yeah,
of
and
the
I guess
collection. You know?
I never thought of it like of not having panels, but I guess it because they only advertise really the celebs that are going to be there,
exactly,
and I guess
yeah.
you just meet and greet them
Yeah.
with for I guess an autograph or something. But so I never really thought of it like that. But we had never been, so we were
Yeah,
intrigued.
I've never
so-
been to a Wizard World before, so this will be our first experience.
Yeah.
Really. We've only really gone to Baltimore Comic Con and New York.
Yeah.
That's about the extent of our conventions.
Yep.
I know a lot of cosplayers local to here see it as more of a money-making convention than they do like a activity convention, so just be prepared.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to, I guess, when you anything comparing it to New York Comic Con, or I've never been to San Diego, but I mean,
We'll get there, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Don't worry, we'll get
The
there.
extent of that, I guess, is like what I would usually compare all conventions to, but I guess it's not fair to do that because it's just such a ridiculous convention. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought of something, and
You had a thought?
hey,
Hey,
I
Kay.
think you know. Okay, so remember, like, it was probably like 2 months ago in the group chat, y'all were talking about them possibly changing Spider-Man from Andrew Garfield to someone else. So I'm gonna ask
that's a
Aliya
great
because
question.
she's
Oh,
a
yeah.
Spider-Man fan. Who instead of Andrew Garfield do you think would make a good Spider-Man in the movies if they were to change?
Donald Glover.
Oh,
That's a
you
good
really
call.
you think?
I don't even know.
No,
who
that was
is.
a joke.
Oh, I was like,
Donald. I thought you said
totally-
O'Donnell.
Ronald McDonald.
I would, as much as I would love for Donald Glover to be.
I'm not gonna lie, that would
he's
have
he's
been
a
pretty
little too
cool.
old for the
That would
role.
have been pretty
but
cool though.
well, I mean,
Your face,
lie.
though. Karen
I was like,
okay.
well, no, because he was rumored, I guess, to do it, but I guess I don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
he really was.
I
Like, that was
thought it
part
was.
of the.
I thought that
you
if they went the ultimate route, that would be perfect.
know. Oh yeah, yeah.
He's still too old for the ultimate, though. He's like in
Yeah,
his late
yeah,
30s or
yeah.
something. He did do the voice of Miles Morales on the TV show.
Yeah, that's why I thought that they were gonna, link him to it. But I guess I never really thought of his age. But yeah,
Yeah, I didn't
And
think about
in the
that
ultimate
either.
comics, I mean, that's a pretty young
I mean,
kid. So.
at this point, everyone's better than Tobey Maguire, so.
Aww.
Oh, Elijah
Poor
Wood.
Toby. But yeah, I mean, I know Andrew Garfield was pretty stellar as Peter Parker. So do you have any?
I'm trying to remember his name, and it's escaping me right now, but he's on Teen Wolf.
Dylan
Dylan
O'Brien?
O'Brien.
Yeah, the younger one, the youngest one.
Oh, Tyler Posey?
No, maybe he's not the youngest.
Keep throwing
one.
out the names.
There, well, the
No,
only,
no, I mean,
I know
that-
who you're
that
talking
was
about.
one.
It's either
The-
Tyler or
the-
Dylan. I feel like Dylan would
I think
actually
Dylan
be
was
What's his?
really
I know
good
his
now
like
that you
real
say it.
actor name. I don't watch Teen Wolf. I just know he's on it.
I
Who
think
knows?
that's I feel like that's him because I remember like that being like one of the you
That's
see it
the
on like
go
Facebook
around.
pages
One
all
of
the
the
time,
young
like,
main two is Tyler Posey and Dylan. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one, but now that I think about it, Dylan would actually be really good.
I
for
think
it.
it's Dylan.
Yeah, and he's a babe. So
Yeah. Well, I just wish we'd go back to casting people who are the appropriate age and letting them age throughout the series. Kind of like how it worked for Harry Potter. Like they casted everyone at the appropriate age and then let
Yep.
them age.
And
I
they
don't see
just-
why we can't do that for superhero films.
That's a very good point. I think that's
I
valid.
never really thought about that either.
I'm
Yeah.
really sick of them casting like late 20s, early 30-year-olds to play 16-year-olds.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then when they get older, then it's
Yeah,
then
You
they
can
have
tell.
to find someone
yeah.
else.
like I think that's the
Like-
whole.
Like, oh, you're too old.
Yeah.
All the fans are so butthurt about, Andrew Garfield being recast. And I'm like, you do understand that by the time they film this again,
Yeah.
he's going to be old.
Yeah.
I think
That's a
the
very good
reason-
point. As good as of a Peter Parker as he portrays, I never really thought of it like that. I guess when
Yeah.
they keep going with if they kept him around, then
Yeah, I thought he wanted to stop though. Like
It's
after
just attachment. Because
Yeah.
he's so good and he's so adorable, and people are like, "Oh, he's like the perfect person."
Yeah.
Well, people were so. I think it was he was in an interview and he said that he did not like the second movie. He's actually a Spider-Man fan, and he was very disappointed. And it had nothing to do with the cast or the directors. It was that Sony really messed up the storyline, and there was a producer in there that
Really? I haven't even seen it.
played a little bit. You haven't seen the movie?
I just saw the first one like a
Yeah.
couple
Oh my
months ago.
goodness.
I'm a little late on my superhero movies. I will admit that.
Yeah. She's
Now-
not a big movie buff.
Now, did
little
you?
behind.
I mean, we all know that there was the drastic changes in the second one. I mean, would you? What would you say your favorite Spider-Man movie is out of all of them? Because I know people tend to go back to the original Spider-Man too, not the Amazing one. So, do you have a favorite?
I cannot get behind those Toby films.
Yeah.
They're
I
just
like the first one.
I can't.
I remember.
I really liked this first Amazing Spider-Man. I thought it was solid. It had good flow. I really liked how they touched on, Peter's parents, which
They
none
didn't
of the
do,
movies
yeah.
have really done.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I did like that aspect of it too. I feel like I think I enjoyed the second one a little more. I think it was also the suit for me because the suit looks so amazing.
Oh yeah, that suit in the second one is by far my favorite.
I mean,
if they
it's-
could have did the first one with that suit, I would have been way happier.
It was incredible. So I remember when they first released the picture of that suit, I was like, it is perfect. Like
Yeah.
they just keep it that, please don't.
Well, you heard why they went back to the white eyes, right? They had the first one had the sunglasses that he
Yeah.
cut out into lenses. And Mark Webb, the director, got so many fan letters and complaints about the eyes that he was just like, screw it, just put the white eyes back.
Yeah.
No explanation.
Make him look like Spider-Man.
Right. Stop doing
Yeah.
things that aren't that.
Yeah,
You should
but
show her pictures of Fish. We
Yeah.
have a roommate, and
Oh,
he's a
man.
huge Spider-Man fan, and he gets movie quality.
It's like movie
suits.
quality
and
suits
he
that- but-
goes out to bars wearing them.
Yeah, well, I mean, he gets into where it's like all the pieces on one gigantic sheet. You have to cut out yourself and then sew them himself. And he
Oh, yeah.
he hand sews them himself
I
as
mean,
well. I don't think he can work a sewing machine either. But still, it just I feel like
they're legit.
yeah,
they're-
it looks really good
Yeah.
like
He
that. I
just
think
got-
it looks better that way when you have it hands on.
I think he got the Future Foundation one, Spider-Man, right? The white, you know, when he was in
the white and black.
Fantastic
Yeah,
Four, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He
That
might
one was-
be in a Facebook group that I'm a part of that's Spider-Man cosplayers all around the
Ah.
nation.
Maybe. I mean, I know he posts his Spider-Man stuff on a subreddit, and he gets a lot of karma or whatever.
Oh yeah, he gets a lot of gold for that.
Upvotes
Yeah.
and stuff.
I mean,
Have you ever heard him mention Spidey Society
I
at
have
all?
not, no.
I
no.
haven't.
That's they're on Instagram and Facebook, and it's all Spider-Man cosplayers who do the same thing. They sew up their own suits and stuff.
I'll have to check it out. What's it
Yeah.
called again?
Spidey Society.
Huh. Well,
It's
We'll
got a good
mention
flow
it.
to
Sounds
it.
like-
I like that.
sounds like-
society.
sounds like my kind of society.
And there's a couple Future Foundation Spider-Men in there, so I was just wondering if he was
now
maybe
I
one
want
of them.
to. Yeah,
Now-
now I want to see.
Now I
because-
wish he were here. I wish Fish were here so we can ask him that.
Now we
'cause I
gotta
feel
see
like he
too,
would-
that is fish.
Yeah.
But
No, that's awesome.
So are you excited about keeping on the theme of Spider-Man? Are you excited that Marvel is pretty close, if not, I know they're still denying with getting Spider-Man, Marvel.
I am actually really excited about that, and that's where a lot of the Andrew Garfield hate is coming from, because everyone's like, oh, are they going to bring him over to use in Marvel, or is Sony going to keep him under wraps or whatever? But I feel like without him in Civil War isn't going to be as good.
I agree, but the rumor now is that he's going to only because it's too late now for Civil War that they're going to be. He's going to be in Infinity Part 1,
Infinity, yeah,
and I guess
Infinity
Black
War.
Panther is going to be taking Spider-Man's role in Civil War.
Well, I thought he was already going to be in there.
Well,
I don't know if
but
I like that, if they're replacing superheroes.
I know, yeah. But I think it's
Well, they got to
because
have a way
they
to
didn't have
introduce the
Spider-Man.
character. Yeah, and they
didn't.
had to have a way to introduce Black Panther into
Yeah.
the cinematic universe anyway.
I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was
know.
saying. I was like, oh,
I
sigh.
know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
sigh.
we've been wanting it for a long time.
I think if Sony's smart, they're gonna say yes.
that
Because
something's going to happen.
Well, the thing is, Joss Whedon directs the Avengers films,
Mm-hmm.
and I just had this discussion with someone the other day. If Marvel owned Spider-Man and Joss Whedon directed a Spider-Man, wrote a Spider-Man film, I think it'd probably be the best, because Spider-Man is basically the same equation that Buffy the Vampire Slayer has. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's a high school student, very punny, fighting crime. It's the same basic
right. Something
makeup.
he
the same.
you
Yeah,
can
a lot
work
of the
with
same
that he
concepts and
portrays
stuff,
very
yeah.
well. Yeah.
And Joss Whedon isn't afraid to kill off characters, so I think that it would work really well.
Yeah, I think it's a plus all the way if Sony would be smart enough to do this. Now, I guess it would leave up if Spider-Man 3 is coming out, or Sinister 6, or I think they already canned the Venom movie, which sucks, but whatever. But hopefully,
I wish they would just can this whole thing, because I don't know. At this point, there's so many jumbled storylines that it just.
We don't know what the truth is at this point. Yeah.
But I guess I do like that they would just, I guess, keep Spider-Man as established already in the Sony world, quotations, and when he comes in Marvel, we already know, okay,
you know
Spidey's,
who he is.
Yeah, Spidey's
just
here.
Hit the ground running
Like
with the character.
maybe he'll just, swing in and then he's there.
I don't think we need any more origin
Right,
stories.
right. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. Hopefully,
I think
just
that's what they're going to avoid.
They
all
swing
around
in. Maybe
anyway.
he lands on the window of Avengers Tower, and
Yeah, he like
Oh,
knocks.
that'd be
He like
so
knocks and
great.
say hi. Like I'm still convinced that was gonna. You and I had the discussion, Garrett. I'm still convinced it's gonna happen. Like
What?
he's gonna be
He's just kinda-
like a post-credit scene.
oh yeah.
I really think that's gonna happen. He's gonna like swing in, like something's gonna happen. So it's gonna be very brief, a half a second. You
And he
blink,
does
you miss
something,
it.
like, funny.
And he
Hey, you
does
guys
something
need some
cool,
help?
like
Yeah.
like he just like comes upside down from like the ceiling with holding.
Yeah,
his
he's
leg.
hanging,
He's
just
like,
like-
hey,
Just
and then
like
boom,
sli-
it just cuts out, and the whole fucking theater goes crazy.
That would be incredible. He just like from the ceiling, like
Yep.
just his signature pose, just
Yeah,
like with
exactly.
the web slides down. Hey guys.
What if the camera was just like panned on a window and you just hear the and a web just hits the window and then the screen goes black?
Or that. I mean,
Oh,
anything.
she's got the right idea.
yeah, I'm
like,
telling
don't
you.
show him. Just give a little.
Yeah.
tease,
That's true.
just
That
a
would be
little
more
That,
like-
it would be the biggest cock tease in movie
I
history.
would probably. I am going to probably scream like the loudest girly
I'll be
scream.
right there with you. We'll be like, we'll all be like brothers in arms, like yeah.
You're right, Kay. I would agree. Just a
I
little,
agree, too.
little twip and just little
A
webbage
slow
on the.
clap would just erupt over the audience.
Like that GIF where he's just like, and it's like the smiley face, and he's just like the slow clap, black and white thing.
Exactly. A couple episodes ago, we were talking about like video games and whatnot, like what it is that we're playing. We're gonna kind of change subjects.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little here.
We got
so
our Spidey
that's
talk.
okay.
We got our Spidey talk.
We love
yeah.
Spidey, but we also love video games, and we
Yes.
were wondering, what it is that you are you playing anything video game wise or anything?
I just got done playing all 3 Fable games over again. So I'm very not up to date on video games right now. So I've been replaying my favorites. I don't have time for that kind of stuff right now.
But
you're
still playing, that's
Photography
cool.
is-
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, yeah, because then again, there was another episode that we did like I don't know, way back, that was like, it was more like classic video games, and that's where like for me, like I love the like a lot of the classic video games. So like, would you say that you have a favorite classic video game?
Well, for my entire life, I've only owned Nintendo 64 and have relied on the power of friends for other consoles.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did the same damn thing.
So I'm very, very into the Zelda games.
Nice,
sweet.
Ocarina of Time is my jam. Majora's Mask coming in at a close second.
Yeah,
So those are my favorite. I don't know if those would be considered classics, but that's
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd say so. Zeldas are.
they're
That's a good
they're
jam.
kind of the shit. Yeah, because I'm very slow to like a lot of the new stuff too. Like I just got an Xbox One, and our Tony, the other castmate, he just got the Wii U, which by the way, he got Super Smash, playing it on the
Oh yeah.
playing it on the big goddamn thing. It's fun. It's really fun because I remember the first Super Smash from N64. It reminds me so much of that. It
Well,
really
that's awesome.
does. It's so much fun.
I got to get on that.
So
It kind of scares me how good like younger kids are getting at video games.
Oh
I
my
gave my 12-year-old brother my N64 as a sign of, hey, you need this in your life.
And he looked at
so
it and was like, "What the hell is that?"
he beat Ocarina of Time like way before I took forever beating it the first time when I was like 8, and he just nailed it like within like 2 days.
bastard.
Already a professional gamer.
Yeah.
I'm very upset about it.
Yeah, you ass.
Well, that's funny though, because like the other day I was at my parents' house and my brother was there with his 3-year-old son, And he loves Mario pretty much more than anything. And he does love Spider-Man too. He recognizes and knows who Spider-Man is.
Very nice.
But he loves Mario games.
And he does the little web thing.
He's like like he tries to do it, and his fingers are all fucked up, but it doesn't matter. He knows we know what he's doing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he's playing Mario on the Wii. He's like playing Galaxy, but my parents put you can buy like all the original Super Marios on the Wii. So they did that, and now he's just been going crazy playing Super Mario 3 on the Wii.
Yeah.
He tilts the remote on the side. And I'm like, and I was watching him play, and I'm going to tell you this right now, and Kay can vouch for this.
He's probably better than
He's
you.
way better than I am now. He's 3.
And you played the
and
game
I played the game
times.
20 years ago, and it's like,
Let me just tell you real quick.
I mean, yeah, her and I fucking played it,
I
and
have it
I
on
was
my
terrible.
Way, and we played it, and he's just the worst.
So I can relate. I can definitely relate with what she's saying right now. Like the younger kids getting very, very good very quickly.
It's so frustrating.
Why are you so good at this?
He's also like almost taller than me, so he's just winning on every possible level.
Like I could still beat you up.
Well, I think it's because, I mean, this day and age is also, I mean, not that we didn't play when we grew up either,
Yeah.
but I guess it's just like, it's so much more, I don't want to say in your face, but just like,
Yeah.
it's just video games are just like,
Yeah. I think it's like when you go from next gen games now and then go back and play the originals, they seem like simpler in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
So that's
right, because that's what we grew up on, just,
what we grew up on, those 8-bit graphics and the only 2 buttons.
yeah.
Left and right.
Some N64 graphics still like blow my mind if you
Oh,
think
yeah.
about like when they came out.
It's very true.
I agree.
There was a Star Wars game, the Pod Racer.
Yes.
Yes,
for
I have that.
N64.
We talked about that on the
Yes,
one
we did.
episode, yeah.
I am obsessed with that game.
That is a great game.
You could crash so fucking easily in that game.
Just
You
like,
start spinning out of control, and it's
Exactly.
like that death spin where you know you're about to explode,
Yes.
but they're letting it.
or you have like the one engine that's like destroyed and the one's still going. You're like, come on. Just trying to like, just barrel
You've got
through
like
these.
Sebulba laughing at you in the background, like, oh, this is just rude.
Well, hopefully we will see you at New York Comic Con this year, and we can that 15% will become 100% that you will show up, and
That extra 15%, yeah.
and maybe we'll see you. I don't know if will you be cosplaying if you do go?
Oh, absolutely. I don't go to cons without cosplaying.
Cool. Well, maybe we can. Maybe we will look out for you, and we'll let you know. We'll keep you posted if we are going to any other conventions, or maybe we can get you back on the podcast soon.
Okay, cool. Thanks for having me on.
Yep.
Thank you. Take care.
See ya.
Bye.
So that was fun.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
great.
She's a cool person. So that was Aliya Waldman.
Yes.
Be sure to check her out on her Instagram page.
Aliya Rose Photo.
Yeah.
She said when I was talking to her, she said that's usually her name on a lot of things. So if you would like to follow her on other social medias, I think that's
Definitely.
her.
Yeah, definitely
tag on,
check out her stuff.
She was great. Great Spidey fan. Great cosplay.
Great
Cool
episode.
pictures.
And a great episode.
Yeah, it was a great episode.
Cool.
Even though we're missing 2 of our members.
Yeah, well, they missed out on this
Fucking
one.
jerks.
The jerk episode.
Until next time, though,
Yep.
fellow nerds.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.